Hey, and welcome to another Friday Reads video. Just like the last three that I've done, I'm gonna start with the series that I like the least and work my way up to the ones that I like the most. I only read 9 manga this week because, I don't know, I just only read 9 manga this week. Even though I read less manga this week than I did last week, I enjoyed the stuff that I read more this week, so that's better. So, starting off this week, again, at the bottom is more Shonen Ai. It's the volume 2 of Tale of a Waning Moon, and I'm actually going to call it correctly this time. Like last week, called it like Wandering Moon or something. I don't remember what I said. Clearly I enjoyed it so much, I remember the title so well. The story basically just continues where the last one left off. They're just going on their adventure. I don't remember this one very well because I just didn't like it. I don't think it was quite as rapey as the first one, but still, like, it's not a good series. I don't like it. The second worst thing, yeah, I guess, that I read this week is, again, more Shonen Ai. This one is Menkui. This one... Did I like this one less? No, I like this one a little bit better. The actual Menkui story was alright. Like, people are really dramatic. The main character doesn't quite understand what he wants. They get into weird, like, possessive fights. I don't understand why jealousy is considered romance. Like, it's just, if you're that jealous of someone, perhaps your relationship isn't that healthy and you should seek other people. I don't understand why jealousy is a whole big thing that keeps getting roped into romance, especially for, like, teenagers and stuff like that. That's thoughts for another time, I guess. This one, I don't know, they're school kids, they fall in love, blah blah blah. Moving along, I also read Inspector Volume 4 this week. This one... Oh shoot, what does this one do? I liked it, I just can't remember what it was about. Oh yeah, this is the one where they've finalized their plan with what they're gonna do with Steel Lady Nanase, and they're just sort of like implementing it, but the end of the last manga left off with some sad things happening for me. I took that personally. This one kind of deals with that and moves forward a little bit. I'm really liking the story. I have volume 5 now, and I think I'm all caught up with the publication date if I read that one, and then I have like the painful wait of waiting for the next publication, which is something new for me because I'm new to manga and I'm not looking forward to having to wait to see where the story goes, but I'm gonna stick with this one. The next thing is also volume 4, but volume 4 of Tokyo Ghoul. This one continues along with Ken Kaneki doing his crazy thing. He makes mistakes in this manga that he made the same mistake in this manga that he made in the first one, showing that he hasn't really progressed that much as a character, but like in this one he actually calls out the fact that he hasn't learned his lesson, and so hopefully we get a little character growth with this one, or from this point forward. There is a lot of gory death in this one. That whole fight scene with the... I can't remember what that character was called, but he was gross, but like that fight scene was pretty cool. This whole story, or this whole volume kind of turns things on its head. You learn some more stuff that you didn't know about in the incident with the first volume, and it kind of like puts a new perspective on some stuff, and I'm really curious to see where it goes, and I gotta pick up more of these and just kind of like continue on in this universe because I gotta know what happens. Next I picked up Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 1. This is the first Mobile Suit Gundam manga that I've ever read, and I gotta say I like it just as much as any of the TV shows. I mean, better than some of them, because Mobile Fighter G Gundam... Whew. Basically, you've got 2 ace pilots. One of them doesn't have a special mobile suit, and one of them's got a Gundam. And the story is them just kind of sparring against each other. I'm not sure where this is gonna go. This has been publishing for a long time. There's like movies and anime and stuff, adaptations of it, but I haven't seen any of these. I'm just kind of reading the manga and just like sticking with it. I like how the Thunderbolt Gundam looks. I assume it's the Thunderbolt Gundam. Did they even name it? I don't know. I like Gundams. I like Gundam manga. I'm gonna keep reading this one. I'm excited. Next up, I read Doubt, Volume 1. Oh, If you have not read Doubt, you need to pick this up now. This is so good. I need to get the second volume of this and finish the story so bad because I need to know what's going on. I need to know. Basically, these 6 kids are kidnapped, and what is that game? I used to play it. It was based off that movie. Oh no, the movie was based off the game. What is this? What is this tangent? Crywolf. Well, I mean, that was like a movie based off of the game, but it's basically that one where like someone is a killer and he's killing people and you have to figure out who the killer is and exile the killer before everyone dies kind of thing. And then they get kidnapped and stuck into the actual thing where one of them may be the killer. I don't really know what's happening. I have some guesses that I don't want to say in case I'm wrong and I sound stupid. Because, you know, I could be wrong. I don't think that I am, though. But I really need to pick up the second volume of this, because holy crap, this was good. It kept me guessing. Like, I was on the edge of my seat, basically, as I read it. I need it so bad. The next thing that I read was the Tsubasa Omnibus Volume 1. I have not actually, as it turns out, read as much Tsubasa as I thought. I figured I was much further into the series than this, but it turns out I've never even read Volume 3, because when I got to that story, I was like, oh, this is all new territory. I wasn't expecting that until at least Omnibus. I wasn't expecting that until at least Omnibus Volume 2, but apparently, nope, it happens in one. If you don't know what Tsubasa is, it's an alternate version of Sakura and Shaoran from Cardcaptor Sakura, and Sakura loses her memories, and it's off, and Sakura loses her memories, and it's up to Shaoran to like travel between worlds and save them. Sakura goes along too. I don't know why I'd say it's up to him. She's there as well. And there's also Kurogane and Fai, and they follow along too. And even though I'd only read 2 volumes of it when I was younger, it really stuck with me, and now that I can get them all, I'm going to read this entire series, and I'm very excited for this one too. Next up, I read the Volume 1 Omnibus of Holic. So, as you can see, I'm kind of having a little bit of a clamp fest. This one, I have read the entirety of Holic, a lot more than I read of Tsubasa. Holic, oh god, there is a special place in my heart for Holic. Everything about it. I just adore everything about Holic. It might actually be my favorite manga that I have ever read. This one follows Watanuki, who can see spirits. He ends up in the witch Yuko's shop, and for a price she will make it so that he can no longer be bothered by the spirits, but in order to pay for that he has to work for her, and it just sort of follows him as he kind of learns a little bit more about human nature and everything like that through the customers of the shop. And this one it starts off a lot darker than I remember. I didn't realize the lying lady was first, and then a lot of the customers of that shop die. But I mean, like, they die because they kind of deserve it. Also, who in their right mind, when they acquire a monkey's paw, actually make wishes? Does not everyone know the story of the monkey's paw and how when you make wishes bad things happen? Like, why? Like, everyone dies from the monkey's paw. You don't make wishes on a monkey's paw. But then again, if people weren't smart, it wouldn't make a great story. So, like, meh. Either way, Holic, great. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. Get to it. And then finally, I read Holic, I might as well read Holic Ray. And I got the first volume of that one. This takes place after the end of Holic. Some stuff has happened. I don't know what is going on. It's been a while since I read Holic. Like, we're talking many years. I was reading it as it was being published, like scanlations, so like the ending, unless I'm remembering it entirely wrong, there is something very strange happening with Ray, and I need to know what's happening. The publication timetable, I guess would be the right way to say that, for this series is atrocious, to say the least. It's taking months upon months upon months to get any volumes out. I think there's only 4 right now in English, and like I need more than that. I need to know what's happening with this series, and I'm struggling with it. It takes place after Holic, but like the beginning of this book and the ending of Holic don't quite mesh from what I remember. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, I don't know, but like I need more so I can figure out what's happening. And yeah, that's it. That's everything I read this month. This pile is very precariously balanced. I didn't read as many like individual volumes as I thought, but a few of these are omnibuses, so I think my reading oh, I'm gonna put this down. So I think I read pretty similar to what I normally do on a week. I'm looking forward to buying more Tsubasa and Holic and reading those. I also just recently got the Legend of Zelda mangas, so I'm very excited to get reading those ones. I need to finish this, catch up on Inspector. There's a few other things in the bookstore that I want to pick up. Like, I've got a lot of stuff next week that I want to read. Also next week is Tome Topple, so I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to read much manga because I'm going to be gearing up for reading gigantic books. So that's fun, I guess. Yeah, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, subscribe, because it's... yeah. There's links down below to social media stuff if you want to follow me on there, and I guess I'll see you with my next video. Bye!